This is the story of an extraordinary woman. She persevered against great odds to achieve what few people dreamed possible. Florian McGuire came into the world on April 22, 1925. She was born, raised, grew up, and lived her entire life here as a daughter of San Francisco. What made her such an inspirational force in San Francisco society? How did she break through stereotypes to become a success in life, business, and real estate in a time when few women dared to work outside of traditional roles? Florian's popularity in the San Francisco Bay Area began early in her life. Her extraordinary charisma and people skills blossomed following her graduation from the Convent of the Sacred Heart in 1943. Natural beauty, a glowing smile, and charming personality were a magnet for the press, especially in the eye of a camera. During the Second World War, Florian McGuire became a symbol of hope and women supporting GIs. Following the war years, social life came alive in San Francisco. Florian carried her volunteer work with the Red Cross forward into causes for social good. She was constantly in the limelight as a model and commentator, chairing dozens of entertainment committees, planning dances, parties, fashion shows, and fundraisers. Throughout the 1950s, Florian attracted attention through her volunteer work. Florian's leadership with the Junior Museum led to hugely successful events like the Peanut Parade at Filoli. Over 1,000 people attended, raising far more than anyone imagined possible. Spring Safari was a prelude of things to come. The fundraiser included a fashion show combined with a tour of 6 homes on a grand scale never seen before. As the 50s decade drew to a close, life changed dramatically for Florian when her father, Walter McGuire, passed away. In 1958, at the age of 35, she took over her father's real estate business. As a single mother of 2 sons, she worked at her firm during the day and took classes at night at the University of San Francisco to earn her real estate license. At this moment in history, Florian McGuire Moore became the first woman business leader on Montgomery Street, the Wall Street of the West. Little did she realize then, she was destined to be the #1 real estate salesperson in the entire Bay Area and a San Francisco icon. People began to ask, what's become of Florian? My friends keep saying how surprised they are, and I'm amazed at myself. I had to take over the business or close the office when my father died over a year ago. There was no one else to carry on.
It seems silly now that one wouldn't think of a woman in the workplace, but that's the way it was.
Trying to run and sell income property was not my forte, but I kept plugging away, and I researched and saw that I wasn't really fit for selling income property. And what I did like, I liked selling homes. I worked out of my home. We laugh now and say my main office was in my closet, but I started selling houses. And once I got into the homes, I really took off, and I loved it. And I still love it, and that's what I do every single day.
She chose to follow her passionate path, and imagine the courage and her strength to do that. And the rest, of course, is history, because she became, and she is today, an icon.
In a 1980 article, when she talked about houses, she called them homes. Here, she says, pointing to framed pages from Architectural Digest, Vogue, Town & Country, and W, are just some of the nice homes I've sold.
They were never houses to Florian. They were always homes.
When you would show one of her listings, she would open the door and say, "Welcome to one of San Francisco's most beautiful homes."
She loved the people, she loved the houses, and she went out of her way. She couldn't do enough.
Who buys million-dollar homes?
There are many people that are looking for beautiful homes, and particularly because it's San Francisco. People tell me that come up from Beverly Hills, They're much more expensive than we are. Ours are really a steal in comparison.
In a 1984 story, she mentioned it casually, as if it were an afterthought. "I know. Why don't I sell you the mayor's home? Oh, you'd love it. It's so beautiful." The 1996 story declared Florian a woman to see if you're buying or selling a $1 million home. "My mom and dad were born here. I was born here. My sons were born here. We're ethical and stable. That's why everyone likes us." By everyone, Moore meant the bank presidents, legislators, CEOs, and opera-goers that form a small town within this large city.
She was like a title company. She'd point to this house and that house and tell you who owned it.
Because she could give you a litany of who lived there for the last 25 years, 30 years, 50 years.
And oftentimes people would follow with their eyes to see where she was going because they wanted to know what was coming on the market.
A story in 2002 declared Florian McGuire Moore the undisputed stateswoman of luxury home sales in San Francisco. In Florian's words, "There are very few homes I haven't been inside of at one point or another." Florian McGuire Moore left her mark on San Francisco and its people. She was inspirational. She set an example for women, showing how to be a pioneer in business and do it with impeccable style.
Real estate was not work for her. Real estate really was who she was.
And she was sincere and she was real.
The most genuine person you've ever known.
Her memory, her reputation is that of legend.
If we could all have that positive energy, I think the world would be a different place.
We miss her.
Florian McGuire Moore, San Francisco will always remember you. In former Mayor of San Francisco, Senator Dianne Feinstein's words, "San Francisco has lost one of its gracious, intelligent, and beautiful daughters."